You know, there is something we often overlook when it comes to making our homes feel truly welcoming. It is not just about scrubbing, dusting, or lighting a fancy candle. It is about creating an atmosphere, a feeling that greets you the moment you walk through the door. A clean home is wonderful, but a home that smells like peace, warmth, and comfort, now that is something special. Over the years, I have learned that it is the little habits, the old-fashioned tricks, and the quiet daily rituals that make the biggest difference. They do not come from expensive products or the latest cleaning gadget. They come from wisdom, the kind passed down from mothers, grandmothers, and women who knew how to care for a home with love. So today, I want to share 10 tried and true secrets that older women just like me have used for decades to keep their homes smelling not just clean, but full of heart. If you have ever walked into a house and felt instantly calm, like everything was just as it should be, that is the feeling we are aiming for. This is not just about eliminating bad smells. It is about creating a space that reflects who you are and how much you care. So stay with me, and let's walk through these 10 powerful, practical, and comforting tips together. Secret number 1. Let the fresh air in. Let the fresh air in every single day. You might not think about it much, but the air inside your home can get stale surprisingly fast. Cooking odors, pet smells, cleaning products, even just plain old living, they all mix together and settle in over time. Without you even noticing, your home starts to hold on to that heaviness in the air, and no candle or spray will ever truly fix it. They just cover it up for a little while. That is why one of the oldest and most reliable habits I keep, and I know many other women do too, is simply this: open the windows every day. Rain or shine, summer or winter, just a crack, even for 5 minutes, is enough to start moving the air again. You will be amazed at what a difference it makes. Fresh air does something that no artificial scent can do. It resets your home. It sweeps out what is old and tired and brings in something new and alive. You will feel it almost immediately. A lightness, a breath, a shift. And no matter how good your heating or cooling system might be, there is just no substitute for fresh outdoor air. I have had people tell me, but it's too cold or it's too hot, and I understand. But here's the thing. That moment of discomfort is short-lived. Put on a warm sweater, or turn on a fan if you need to, but give your home and your body a moment of real clean air. I often crack the bedroom window first thing in the morning while I make the bed, or open the kitchen window while I'm wiping down the counters. These are gentle routines, but they matter. They tell your house that it is being cared for, and more importantly, they help you feel refreshed too. So the first secret is simple but powerful. Let the fresh air in, even for just a few minutes. It is one of the kindest things you can do for your home, your health, and your peace of mind. Secret number 2. Vinegar. Not vinegar glamorous. No. But a miracle worker? Absolutely. I know vinegar doesn't sound luxurious. In fact, it smells a little sharp and sour when you first use it. But trust me, and trust the generations of women before us, it works like nothing else. Vinegar is one of the most underrated, underappreciated, and incredibly effective cleaning tools you will ever find. And best of all, it is safe, natural, and very affordable. The trick is to dilute it. I always keep a simple spray bottle filled with half white vinegar and half water. That's all. No fancy additives, no perfumes. Just 2 ingredients that, when combined, become a powerful cleaner and deodorizer. You can spray it in the air to neutralize cooking odors or spritz it on countertops after meals. Use it to wipe down bathroom sinks, the inside of your microwave, fridge shelves, or even your kitchen trash can. It works on glass, tile, stainless steel, and more. And if you have a room that just smells a bit off, try leaving a shallow bowl of vinegar out overnight. By morning, the musty scent will be gone, absorbed right into the vinegar. No masking, no fuss. Now, I know some folks wrinkle their noses at the idea it smells like pickles, they say. But here is the truth. That vinegar smell disappears in 20 minutes completely. And when it goes, it takes the bad smells with it. That's the real magic. I think part of the charm of vinegar is that it connects us back to a simpler time when we didn't rely on plastic containers filled with chemicals to make our homes feel clean. We used what worked, and vinegar works, period. So give it a try. Keep a bottle handy, and do not be afraid to use it. It might not smell like a flower garden, but it will help your home feel fresh, clean, and genuinely taken care of without covering anything up. Just the real, honest clean that we all deserve. Secret number 3. Wash what you usually forget. When we think about cleaning, most of us start with the obvious: floors, countertops, bathrooms, dishes. And those are important, of course. But let me tell you, smells have a funny way of hiding in the places you don't even think about. And one of the biggest culprits? Fabrics, curtains, throw pillows, couch covers, blankets tossed over the armrest. They all soak up smells like a sponge. Every time you cook, every time your dog jumps on the sofa, every time the windows are closed for a few days, those fabrics are quietly absorbing whatever is in the air. Over time, those smells settle in and stay. And because we don't see dirt on those items the way we do on floors or counters, we often forget they need regular care too. But I promise you, washing those hidden fabrics will transform the scent of your entire home. Once every season, that's 4 times a year, I do a full fabric refresh. I take down the curtains, unzip the couch cushions if I can, and wash the throw blankets and pillow covers. If something is too delicate or not machine washable, I'll bring it to the cleaners. It's a bit of extra work, yes, but the result is always worth it. I like to add a splash of vinegar or a light fabric deodorizer to the rinse cycle. Not something overly perfumed, just something to lift the trapped odors without replacing them with something fake. And let me say this, even if your fabrics look clean, that does not mean they are clean. Think of it like your favorite sweater. It may not show stains, but after a while, you know when it needs a wash. So the third secret is all about refreshing what you've stopped noticing. The quiet, soft places in your home that hold scent and memory. Give them the care they deserve, and your whole home will thank you for it. Secret number 4. Don't just take out the trash. Wash the can. It is easy to think that taking out the trash is enough. You tie up the bag, toss it outside, and move on. Done and dusted, right? Not quite. Because while the garbage may be gone, the garbage smell often stays behind. And the culprit is not the trash itself. It is the can. Let's be honest here. We all have leaks. A cracked eggshell, a bit of spoiled fruit, coffee grounds that slip through, they find their way to the bottom of the bin. They sit there soaking into the plastic or metal, hidden from view but not from your nose. That's when your kitchen starts to carry that faint but stubborn sour smell, even when everything looks clean on the surface. This is where the habit of washing your trash can once a week, yes, weekly, becomes a small act of big impact. All you need is a little dish soap, some white vinegar, and a garden hose if you have one. Take the bin outside, scrub it thoroughly inside and out, and let it air dry before placing a fresh bag inside. If the weather is cold or you do not have outdoor access, you can do the same in your bathtub. Just rinse the tub well afterward. And if your trash can has a lid, do not forget to clean underneath it. That spot collects more grime than you'd expect. Some people like to place a dryer sheet or a sprinkle of baking soda at the bottom of the can for extra freshness, and that works well too. But the real trick is consistency. A clean trash can mean a fresh-smelling kitchen no matter what is going on in the oven or the sink. It is one of those things that takes just a few minutes, but makes your home feel better immediately. You're not just managing smells, you are removing the source. And that, my friend, is the kind of care that keeps a home feeling truly clean. Secret number 5. Simmer something from the heart. There is nothing quite like walking into a home and being greeted by a warm, comforting smell. one that doesn't just smell good but feels like something familiar. That is the beauty of simmering potpourri on the stove. It is not new. It is not trendy, but it works like magic. I started doing this years ago on a rainy day when the house felt heavy and still. I put a pot on the stove with some water, a few orange peels, a cinnamon stick, some cloves, and a splash of vanilla. I turned the heat to low and went about my day. Within 10 minutes, the house smelled like someone had been baking cookies or preparing for a holiday gathering, and yet I had not lifted a finger in the kitchen otherwise. Since then, simmering homemade potpourri has become one of my favorite little rituals. You can mix it up based on the season. Lemon slices and rosemary in the summer, apple peels and nutmeg in the fall. Even a bit of ginger and mint in spring brings a freshness that lifts the spirit. This is not just about masking smells. It is about creating them intentionally and gently. It invites warmth and calm into your space. Guests feel it when they walk in, and even you will notice your own shoulders relax as the scent drifts through the rooms. If you have a slow cooker, you can use that instead of the stove for safety or convenience. Just fill it with water and your favorite ingredients, set it to low, and enjoy the experience throughout the day. There is a reason why scents tied to comfort like cinnamon, vanilla, and citrus are so powerful. They connect us to memories, to holidays, to family, to quiet morning. You are not just cleaning the air. You are telling your home you matter. And that is something no spray can ever do. Secret number 6. Deep clean carpets. Because they remember everything, carpets are a comfort, soft underfoot, cozy, warm. But they are also quiet collectors. Every step we take, every time we walk in from outside, every little accident or spill, our carpets soak it all up. Dirt, dust, pollen, pet dander, and yes, even dead skin cells. Over time it builds, and no matter how often you vacuum, the real mess lives deep in the fibers. That's why one of the most important things you can do, especially if you want your home to smell fresh, is to deep clean your carpets at least twice a year. More often if you have pets or allergies. This is not about appearances. A carpet can look clean and still hold odors that quietly affect the entire atmosphere of your home. Now, you don't have to go out and buy an expensive carpet cleaner. There are places that rent machines for a day, or you can hire a professional. But if you're like me and enjoy doing it yourself, a small quality home shampooer can be a worthwhile investment, especially if you use it regularly. I like to use hot water extraction with just a little white vinegar in the rinse. It lifts out old smells and leaves the carpet feeling truly refreshed. Not perfume, just clean. And yes, it takes a bit of effort, but let me tell you, the way your home smells afterward makes it worth every minute. Here's the truth. Clean carpets affect everything. The way your home smells, the way it feels, even how healthy your space is. When you deep clean them, you remove the layer of life that's been living beneath your feet for months, sometimes years. So do not wait until there is a stain. Do not wait until guests are coming. Make this part of your routine. Twice a year, deep clean your carpets, not for show, for yourself, for the peace that comes from knowing your home is cleaned down to the very floor you stand on. Secret number 7. Keep baking soda in every room. It's quiet but powerful. There is a little box in your pantry that does more than most people realize. It is not flashy, it does not come in a bright bottle, or smell like flour. But when it comes to keeping your home smelling fresh and clean, baking soda is a true workhorse. Baking soda does not cover odors. It absorbs them quietly, thoroughly, and it does this without leaving behind a chemical scent or overwhelming your senses. Start with the refrigerator. Even if it seems clean, there are always little smells from leftovers, or that forgotten onion in the back of the drawer. An open box of baking soda in the fridge helps absorb all of that before it gets a chance to settle. But that's just the beginning. You can sprinkle baking soda on your carpets before vacuuming. Just a light dusting. Let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes and then vacuum as usual. It lifts out the odors that your vacuum alone can't touch, especially if you have pets or cook often. Shoes are another secret hiding place for unpleasant smells. Sprinkle a bit of baking soda inside your sneakers or walking shoes. Let it sit overnight and then shake it out in the morning. You will be amazed at the difference, and you did not have to buy a thing. Laundry hampers, trash cans, linen closets, even your car. Baking soda can quietly keep all of those spaces fresher. I like to keep a small open dish in the guest bathroom, tucked out of sight. It doesn't shout, but it works. The best part is it is safe, simple, and affordable. No strong chemicals, no worries about children or pets. Just a natural solution that has stood the test of time. So, if your home feels clean, but still carries a strange scent, start placing a few boxes or bowls of baking soda around, especially in the places where air tends to get trapped. You'll notice the difference, and so will your guests. It's a quiet kind of fresh, and that's the best kind. Secret number 8. Clean the hidden smell zones, the ones everyone forgets. We all do our best to clean the places we see. Counters, sinks, floors, and windows. Those spots are obvious. But the truth is, some of the worst smells in a home come from the places we do not look, and over time, they build up. Take a moment to think about the areas you probably haven't touched in a while. Behind the toilet, under the refrigerator, inside the dishwasher filter, the drains in your sink, even the washing machine. Yes, the thing that is supposed to make other things clean can start to smell bad if you don't tend to it. Let's start with the kitchen. Pull the fridge out every now and then. You might find dust, old crumbs, or something you dropped and forgot. A little vinegar and warm water go a long way. In the bathroom, do not just clean the bowl. Wipe behind and under the toilet too. You'll be surprised how much that helps. Dishwashers have filters that trap food particles. If you have never checked it, now is the time. Cleaning it takes 5 minutes and makes a noticeable difference in the way your kitchen smells. And the drains? Pour a little baking soda down, followed by vinegar. Let it bubble for a few minutes, then rinse with hot water. It freshens the whole sink area. As for your washing machine, especially if it's front-loading, leave the door open after each use to let it dry out. Wipe down the rubber seal. That's where moisture collects, and with it, mildew and odor. These tasks are not glamorous. They do not take long. But they are easy to forget, and yet they are some of the most powerful ways to keep your home smelling fresh and truly clean, not just on the surface, but at its core. I recommend setting a reminder once a month. Pick a day, write it on your calendar, and do a quick check of those hidden places. A little bit of attention now can save you a lot of nose wrinkling later. Secret number 9. Choose scents that whisper, not shout. There is a fine line between a home that smells lovely and one that feels overwhelming. You've probably been there. Walked into a space where the air freshener is so strong, you feel like you walked into a perfume store. Instead of feeling comforted, you want to escape. Here's what I have learned over the years. Subtle scents are the most powerful. The goal is not to make someone notice the smell. The goal is to help them feel something. Peace, comfort, safety, without even realizing why. That is why I always recommend using natural light scents in small amounts. For example, a few drops of lemon or lavender essential oil in your mop water can leave a room smelling clean without being obvious. A tiny drop of vanilla or cedar oil on a cotton ball placed behind a curtain, or a single candle burned for an hour in the evening, just long enough to gently scent the air. You do not need to spray every room or plug in multiple air fresheners. In fact, the more you pile on, the more it feels like you're trying to cover something up. Often the artificial smells linger in a way that is not pleasant at all. Older women know this well. We've learned through experience that less is more. That the scent of clean sheets or a bit of citrus in the kitchen does more for the heart than any store-bought fragrance ever could. Let your home speak for itself. Let the real cleanliness, the care you put into each space, be the first thing someone notices. Then let a gentle scent, a whisper of something fresh or sweet, quietly finish the story. It's not about impressing anyone. It's about feeling at peace in your own space. And when the scent matches that feeling, that's when your home becomes more than clean. It becomes a haven. Secret number 10. Create a smell routine. Not a last-minute rescue plan. Let me tell you something I've learned the hard way. And maybe you have too. Trying to make your home smell nice 5 minutes before company arrives never really works. Spraying the room, lighting a candle, running around, opening windows. It feels rushed, panicked, and most of all, temporary. What makes a home truly smell wonderful, not just for guests, but every day, is routine. It's not about a big cleaning session once a month. It's about the small, simple things you do consistently. And when you make them part of your daily rhythm, they start to feel less like chores and more like acts of care. Here's what I do. Just a little checklist, nothing fancy. Each morning I crack a window. Even if it's cold, I let the air move for just 5 or 10 minutes. I check the trash, even if it's not full. I ask myself, is there anything in here that's going to cause trouble later? I fluff the pillows and straighten up the couch because yes, fabric holds scent, and a little shake goes a long way. If the house feels a little heavy, I'll simmer something soft on the stove or in a slow cooker. If I have pets, I make sure the litter box is clean or the dog's bed is aired out in the evening. I light one lightly scented candle just for an hour or two. Not to hide anything, just to bring a sense of calm before bed. I make sure there are no wet towels in the washer and no dirty dishes in the sink. That overnight smell always starts there. Sometimes I sprinkle a little baking soda in the hamper or behind the bathroom door just in case. That's it. Why say? Nothing difficult, nothing expensive. Just gentle, thoughtful actions that make your home smell lovely all the time, not just when someone's coming over. And here's the real secret. When you do this consistently, your house stops surprising you. There's no moment of panic, no wondering what's that smell. There's only a quiet confidence, the kind that comes from knowing you've taken care of the space that takes care of you. A smell routine isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. And the more present you are in your home, the more peaceful it becomes. So if you remember just one thing from today, let it be this. Little habits done daily add up to something powerful. You're not just maintaining a space, you're creating an atmosphere, one of warmth, safety, and quiet pride. And that, more than any product on a shelf, is what makes a home feel like home. Conclusion, so there you have it. 10 simple, thoughtful, time-tested secrets that have helped women like you and me keep our homes smelling clean, fresh, and full of comfort. Not just once in a while, but every single day. These are not trends. They're not shortcuts. They're habits, gentle rituals, and more than that, they're love in action. Because caring for your home is not just about tidiness. It's about how you want to feel when you walk through your own front door. It's about creating peace in the air you breathe. Maybe you already do some of these things. Maybe a few were new. Either way, I hope this video reminded you that you already hold so much wisdom, and that sometimes it's the quiet routines we build for ourselves that offer the deepest sense of peace. Now, if this brought you any comfort, or made you smile, or gave you a little spark of inspiration for your next cleaning day, would you do me a favor? Click that like button, subscribe to my channel, so you never miss a new episode, and please, I would love to hear from you in the comments. What's one scent that reminds you of home? It could be cinnamon rolls, fresh laundry, a bowl of lemons on the table. There's no wrong answer. I read every single message, and I can't wait to hear your stories. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself, and take care of your space, because you deserve to live in a home that doesn't just look clean. It smells like peace. It smells like you.